Oh, always an amazing time coming here and sharing and just pouring our hearts out. There is no other reason as to why we'll be doing this apart from number one, the love for you and the desire that you will get to experience love in marriage the God's way. I think when you sum it up, just like God loves the world, that he loved and he gave, that kind of love that is sacrificial, that kind of love that is committed, that kind of love that is loyal, that kind of love, we are telling you that it is actually possible. The world has lied to you. Media has lied to you. Everything bad is being put out there. The good marriages are just whispering and the bad marriages are shouting on the mountaintop. I know that there are struggles and we have said it. We have been very intentional about mentioning that there is no marriage that doesn't have any bit of conflict, because you're two human beings, brought up by different people, but it is possible to work out your marriage with intentionality towards happiness and towards lasting.
Exactly, and you said a bit of conflict. I would say real conflict.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it. There's a lot of conflict, and it's expected. Yes, but we somehow beat it when we work together as a team. Mm-hmm. Wherever there is a challenge, there's a storm, there's a fire, and there are different expectations that have not been met. Of course, people get disappointed, people get hurt, but that's not the end of it. There is more to us coming together to marriage, and there's more about us coming together to build a family than a few unmet expectations. So where there is a bit of compromise, you compromise where necessary. You be understanding, avoid the intimidation, avoid the control,
stand up for yourself,
and avoid anything that causes a different atmosphere in the room, but build towards one goal. Respecting each other. I believe in mutual respect and being there for each other, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, and you will have a good marriage. But as I said, conflict will always be there.
And actually, it actually helps to bring you back. To bring you back.
Yeah.
When everything is just flowing, there is a way you do not check yourselves. Check the temperature of the marriage. Check how everything. But when a conflict arises, then it brings you back on the right road, because then you have to assess and look at what exactly caused this and all that. And so in the thinking, and there's a way you bring your intentions, and that is when we see that you are a team. There is no reason as to why a team would be a team if there were no opponents and if there was nothing to fight, or there was nothing to show a similar front or achieve. So a team is a team because a team is put together because there are things that have to be achieved.
It reminds me of recently what we did with partnerships in marriages with the men. To the men out there that came with your wives, thank you. You did us well. Thank you so much for walking into that room with your wife. And when we were having these discussions, I liked the gestures. I liked the response on your face. I was enjoying. I was having a lot of fun while Hilda and I were handling the session. So thank you so much. We hope to have more.
Yeah, we will definitely have more.
Hilda here is planning on the intensives.
Open it up, to other couples so that we can have a bit of follow-up. And in the recent past, we've been doing series about narcissistic abuse and recovery and how to be able to stand up for yourself. Today, we begin another chapter. We begin another chapter of partnership. Another series of partnerships. Definitely we will have to pick, and by the way, we would love to hear from you. It doesn't mean that we have totally closed the chapter of narcissistic abuse. We will keep revisiting, because some of you keep asking these questions. We will still go back and talk about one or two things here and there, but today we are officially starting another series on partnership. We want to be able for marriages to come back, and even relationships to grow, knowing that there is a thing called partnerships. The reason as to why so many people are bumping their heads right now and they are stuck is because in the creation of a relationship, no one thinks that we are building a team. Everyone is thinking about intimacy, they are thinking about chemistry, they are thinking about the feelings and the love, the things that don't actually bond the team. They are things that bring you together in the first place. You are attracted to each other because of the chemistry and the flaring feelings and the love, you know, and the smiling of each other. But as the relationship goes on, if you know that you are building a team, you will have to look at your teammate and understand their strength and understand their weakness, and understand that in their weakness I'll have to chip in. So I'm not going to be surprised in the marriage when I have to chip in, because love had blinded my eyes in a relationship, and all of a sudden now in a marriage I'm seeing all these gaps, and I'm like, no, I can't be the one person that is going to cover this gap and this gap and this gap. That means you went through, and so many people are going through the phases of relationships with a lot of blindness. All they're thinking about is, can I get a crisp white wedding that I can post on Instagram? That does not bond a team. What bonds a team, and I think when we go back to the foundations of you being an intentional leader in my life, from the time that we decided that we are not just even through friendship, but even through relationship, that you were so intentional about seeing what my weaknesses were, what my strengths were, where you could mentor me to be better, you know, and where I clearly would see that there's certain places that you resigned and you're like, that is Hilda, and I am not going to fight to change her, and I'm just going to support her and, you know, love her through it. And I could clearly see that now you have stopped questioning this or fighting about it. And so I would be like, you know what? And then sometimes I would be like, no, I need to better this. Even if he has stopped looking at it and pointing it out, it does not mean that it is well with him. So let me struggle. Even if I'm not going to hit 100%, but let me give him at least beyond average, so that at least he has a starting point. I can't want someone to love me in all my weaknesses and just sit and be cute in my weaknesses and just hope that they're going to take all the garbage. That does not happen. But I think there was intentionality of time, spending time together and eating together and discussing about our visions, discussing about our futures, talking about our families. Like for us, it was not just about, oh, I love you and the butterflies are in the stomach. No, I remember you started telling me hard things in the relationships. Yeah, I mean, while we were relating, while we were not married. And you're like, no, you will have to change that. And so I had to decide whether I want to change it or not. If I really wanted to be in your life, there are things that I needed to change. If you wanted to be in my life, there are things that you needed to change.
And you know, scripture is very clear. Can two walk together unless they agree? So the agreement here is, I'm not bringing perfection to the table. I'm bringing me. And this is my baggage. And the same thing happens to your partner. They come and place their cards on the table. They tell you who they are and what they have brought to the table. Now, for the partnership to strike or to take off, there must be discussions about what you bring to the table and what I bring to the table. Whatever that you bring to the table that does not help this relationship to go forward or drop. Whatever that I bring to the table that does not allow this relationship to take off, I drop. Now, in any partnership, there will be hard feelings to dropping certain things.
Yes.
I've come with a bunch of useless friends that I feel you should accept. And I'm saying, I don't think those friends have helped you. The only thing that they did in your life was to keep you in bars.
Yes.
Okay?
Keep you out late. Do all those weird things.
So, in that discussion, we're discussing your friends. While you are saying,
don't touch them.
Don't touch my friends. I want them as they are. Now, all that is expected at a time when you are in a discussion trying to make the relationship, as I said, can two walk together unless they agree? Impossible. The only point at which you can be able to start on a journey together is if there's some agreements, to mean we've discussed and agreed on particular things. That's when you start. Now, from the time you agree to the time that you walk, expect this. Even on the things that you've agreed, some of you will drop the ball on some of the agreements that you've made. That we have agreed on A, we have agreed on B, C, and Z. You understand? We can agree at one place, but when we start walking the journey, we start dropping the ball. Or one of us starts dropping the ball. So that's also expected in a relationship. I'm flipping. Going back to what we were talking about. Now, here is the assumption that I am with Hilda. Hilda is with me. I love Hilda. And that's the start of it all. That I love you. And Hilda loves me. Do I love everything about Hilda? No. Does Hilda love everything about me? No. Are there certain things that I need to cut? Yes. Are there certain things that she must cut?
Yes.
Absolutely. Now we cut them, we begin walking. Down the road, Hilda, as a must. Then we realize that even on the things that we agreed, now that's where leadership comes into play. Now, let me show you something that a leader does. And most especially now I speak to the men because a woman needs something to work with, to manage, put together, to give you something better. As I said, she needs something. It means the place of a man is to provide something.
Yeah.
And what do you provide as a man? Leadership. What leadership does is I put myself in order, my house in order, and I propel them towards a certain direction with my words. And that's where I'm going. With my words. And that's sharing my vision. Now, when I start sharing my vision, a woman, a sensible woman, a good woman, one who comes from the Lord, captures the vision, does not fight with you about your vision. In most cases, some men have come to me and have said, my struggle is I can't share my vision with my wife because she beats it down before I even start sharing. The moment I open my mouth and I start speaking,
start punching holes.
Kuba ebituli everywhere until I'm like, you know what?
Let me leave her.
And
which is wrong, because
a good woman,
I don't think a
good woman will listen.
The topic for today.
I've gone ahead of you, please.
No, it's
I'm
okay.
Sorry.
Well, I'm glad you've actually given us a start into this whole thing, and like a good preamble into this whole thing, because then what is leadership if the one that is being led cannot let the one that is leading lead?
It ceases to be leadership.
Because then we want to be able to look at the benefits.
In a normal setting, in a workplace, you're an insubordinate. You are, if I'm the CEO, and you can't follow my leadership and my vision, then you're an insubordinate employee. And at that point, we will discuss letting you go. Now, in our home, it's different because there is a partnership. But what happens is, because my partnership with you is so strong and I respect it, I will respect you enough not to share my vision again if you beat it down.
That's true.
You get the point?
That's true.
So I will withdraw. In a work setting, kumirimu.
You will be terminated, and another will be hired, one that can run towards the vision.
So sometimes what happens at work is carried home. That's why a man will find another woman who can listen to.
That's very true. That's very true.
Because these things that they say that a man wants to be respected, it's sometimes not understood. It's as simple as this. Can you listen?
Without judging, without correcting.
Can you just listen? Can you listen and listen? What is the woman's place? I said, it's as simple as this. You give me something raw, not properly made, I capture it, and I develop it, and I give it to you when it's even much better. So sometimes the vagueness of the vision casting by the leader is your job as a woman
To manage it,
to modify it,
to incubate it.
exactly.
And make it better. And that's true.
And that's why he does not receive praises because of the neighbors at the gates, at the city gates. He receives praises at the city gates because of his
wife.
Yeah,
not because of his vision.
Not because of his vision. Because he shared the vision, the woman captured the vision, developed the vision.
And runs with the vision. Wow.
So wherever he goes, they're like, whoa, that woman.
Your woman.
Your woman.
Your wife. You have a visionary wife. Yeah. And that takes me back to...
So it eliminates the competition, it eliminates I know much, it eliminates all these others.
The perfection.
And it brings in, or perfectly, brings in the true definition of a partnership. That even at our workplaces, we identify strengths. We don't have the same strengths. I could be the leader, but it's possible the strength of my board or the strengths of my team, because they're different, they're the ones which make the vision run. That there is one who will manage to sell it. Yeah. There is one who will manage to structure it. Yeah. There's one who can strategize. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. And you're counting on
their strengths
to be able to feed.
So you don't expect that Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world,
a lot of weight off a man's shoulder to breathe.
What you need as a great visionary, a great leader, is a team.
And I don't think anyone has a bad vision. I think we all have good visions. It's only a foolish person who will have a bad vision, because the vision, it's unachieved. That means you can dream as big as you want. That this is where I see my family. That we are going to last, that this is what we are going to build, this is the empire we are building, this is where we are going to stay, this is where the children are going to school, this is where... I don't think anyone has the capacity in themselves to dream vague dreams. That means that we all dream big dreams. But it doesn't mean, and I like what you usually tell the men, I call them your men, that you tell them that it's not the size of the wallet. You don't dream and vision cast or have a vision according to the size of your
It ceases to be a vision, ceases to be a dream if it's according to your wallet.
Yeah.
Because those are your day-to-day needs that require, until I'm going to shop, do I have enough money to do the shopping? Understandable. It's just wisdom. You don't want to get in there and you can't pay.
And you can't pay, yes.
Okay? But then, if I'm talking about 5 years from now...
That's priceless, yeah.
If I'm talking about 5 years from now, I want to really dream.
Yeah. And work towards it.
Because now, it pushes me, it grows me.
Stretches you.
Stretches me. It gives me all the other angles that can make me a better man. Because I want to look back 5 years later and I say, well done.
Good and faithful servant.
You did well.
Wow.
Wachikubye. Okay? Hey. Nti, if I was in charge of 100 and now I'm in charge of 20,000, then I've done something.
Yeah.
There's something worth celebrating. When I look back, I'm like, I think I've done something in the last 5 years. Okay? So vision casting is one of the ways people lead. Are we now ready to...
Yes, I want us to be able to dive into that. But I wanted us to dive in after the very first book on marriage. I think you're the one, you read it, and after reading it, you gave it to me, and that is so many years ago. The Men Who Won't Lead and Women Who Won't Follow. And when a man won't lead, it's a totally different thing. We will get to talk about that, because then that is like a miscarriage of dreams, a miscarriage of visions. That means you're letting the woman to take on, and there are so many women that have taken on the mantle of leadership in marriage, and it has been catastrophe all through. And children are crying, a generation is lost because there is a woman at their steering wheel because a man failed to take leadership.
Absolutely.
However, there are women that have leaders in their lives, but they have not followed the leaders in their lives. And that means that you tend to miss out on certain benefits, and today we wanted to highlight on those benefits of letting your man lead. If you're letting a man lead, that means you're willing to follow. Following does not mean that you have your man has a perfect plan and he has it all figured out. No, you bump into the valleys together, you climb the mountains together, but you have the promise of a vision that this is where we are going. And a leader protects.
Absolutely.
A leader provides insight. A leader professes. You cannot lead without speaking. Without you speak. And when you speak big. There are things that you speak. I think in our home, there are things that you speak until I learned that that is vision casting, that is you, that is the bigness of your heart and the bigness of your ideas and dreams. I used to listen to you and I'm like, what exactly are we on? This is too huge. Is it even attainable? Until I saw each one of your dreams and visions come true, even those that I thought that were unattainable. And now I was like, okay, he does not just profess it for me to fear that it will not happen. He professes it so that I can pray it into manifestation, so that I can encourage him into manifestation, so that we can plan together to manifest what he has dreamt. So you see, the vision or the leadership protects, it professes, and it provides.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But if you are not following, that means you're missing out on the benefits.
That's true.
Of what the leader is actually doing. So I think those are the benefits that we wanted to dive into. What are you missing out as a woman that is trying to be the alpha female, that is trying to put on the pants in your marriage, that is trying to say, he has a small vision, so you step away. I'm just going to be the visionary in this home. You are a helper. Even when someone has a very small vision, because leaders come with trauma. Men come with trauma.
Absolutely.
They are traumatized from their homes where they were brought up from. You grew up with fighting parents. You grew up not seeing any form of partnership. All you knew is you had parents, but you have never seen what it means to be a partner in a marriage. And now you are coming to practice the same in your marriage. So instead of you, a woman, beating down the man like a snake and hitting his head, hitting his pride, and pushing him aside and saying, step aside, I want to dream for this family and lead this family, you should be the one healing him to be able to lead.
And you know, that kills self-esteem, kills confidence. Most of the times when we sit as men, we discuss our women, not discuss in a bad way, but there are certain things. I think the worst pain of a man is a woman that cannot follow or that won't follow.
Because
everywhere
is a refusal.
Yes, because everywhere you go as a man, there are people. I've used this word before, that a man is a door, and a door gives access. You've given access and you've groomed, you've mentored, and you've helped certain men. So these men look at you as their leader. There are some people that look at you and respect you. But at home, it is the opposite. You only have that when you are out of your home. So this is what happens. Reason as to why a man will walk into the house and sit without saying anything until the next day when he leaves. And the reason as to why you have said these words, that my man at home and my man at work with his friends are two different human beings. It's because whatever that he expected to receive from, he doesn't. While everywhere else is a champion. It's done so well, and there's someone who thinks is reasonable. There's someone else who thinks is good. There's someone who tells him what you can never say about him as a woman. Now, flip. A woman can be very, very powerful, very strong. But when a woman misses her place given to her by God and tries to trade that place for being a man, she loses everything. It's just like, look at most of the single mothers that we have today. They have lost being a mother and a father to their own children, simply because they assumed a certain day that I can be everything to my child. And guess what? The things that we're talking about, it was one thing that led to another, until the guy got tired and walked away and left you. Gave you the place of a father, and you can
like
say,
run the
mother,
home.
run the home.
Yeah.
But the problem here is, you can't be both. In trying to be both, you lose both. God has made you so strong as a woman. Keep your place.
Yeah.
And allow the man to lead. When you don't, this is what happens. You assume his place and you fail miserably. I have seen Hilda.
It's
I have
frustrating.
seen there's a lady who was a friend. Of course, I can't mention her name. Career-wise, up there. Doing so well. Very influential. Hilda, you listen to her for 5 minutes, you're like, woof. You understand? Very good. But had the same issues we're talking about. You want the man's place in a home. And the man keeps trying to push, claim his place, but you keep pushing him away. The so-called alpha females.
Yeah.
You think because you win everywhere, even at home,
You have to. It's
you
a
have
hustle.
to. So eventually, the guy left because he couldn't trade to be the woman in the house. He didn't want the place of a woman in the house. And trust me, she was doing so well. But the moment the man left, she lost almost everything. And guess what? Now, the kids started drugs. Why? Because sometimes it's the place of a man to provide leadership in a way to bring sanity in that home.
Correction, yeah.
And now the man is not there. Well, the friends who are like uncles are coming in to try to help, but we can't do much.
Yeah.
We cannot do much. You understand?
Yeah.
So she ended up losing her place as a mother, and of course lost miserably as a father, because that's what she wanted. Now guess what? Butavi Kasman, because of it, drugs. My son, I've just gotten him out of rehab, and then he stole someone's gadgets, laptops, and sold them, and I've just gotten him out of police. You understand that? And the man was like, "No, you deal with it," because when I was there, it was not happening.
Yeah.
Why is it that it's happening now when I'm gone? Probably you missed the point. So you miserably lose as a woman if you try to take the place of a man. Having a lot of money, a good career, a job, even if you're the toppest politician and you're the president, does not make you the man in the house.
No.
Leave the man as a priest of the home, as a king of that house.
As the leader.
Yes. Continue dreaming whatever you're dreaming for the companies that you're working for. Shoot as much as you can with a career, because the best support that you have is a man somewhere who thinks my woman is doing well.
Yeah.
I can push her even further. The moment the man gets into a place of as in her, trust me, you will struggle everywhere. Because your security
has gone
completely. Whatever that keeps you winning is the fact that he's still a man in his home.
Yeah.
And you still respect him for who he is. And you're not taking that for granted. You still call him Sebo. If that's how you do it. You can still call him honey, sweetheart, depending on the names that you use at home.
Yeah.
You having whatever digits on your account does not solve a thing about your home.
It does not provide the security.
So let's talk about this partnership, Burunji. I asked a question sometime, and this concerns alignment of vision. That I am the man, I've shared my vision. I have a woman, she's captured the vision. She believes in me. She even refines the vision, brings back the vision, and gives me feedback of what she thinks about the vision. And eventually we have this vision that we think will work. And that's what we want to achieve in the near future. What has just happened is, by me sharing the vision, I've spread my burden and disease to her. She's gotten the burden and the disease, she's owned it. That's why she's taken time to refine it and bring it back to me. The next thing is, let's align it with what you have. Now, what does...
But you can only align because there is agreement, there is knowing of roles, that one is the leader and another is a follower, and the follower is not necessarily the weak one, the follower is the helper. So when you agree, that is when you can align.
Exactly.
But alignment becomes hard if you yourselves are not aligned as a team.
Thank you. So what does alignment do? We agree to prioritize. That if our kids were going to international schools that require us to part with quite a lump sum of money. Let me use an example of what we want now. Say probably we're in a rented apartment and we want to build a house. And we've shared and we refined our thoughts and everything around that, and we are like, in 2 years, we should be able to be in our own house. First, we need to buy the land. We've agreed that we're going to buy land in such and such a place. And it will cost us this much. So alignment of vision here helps you as partners to discuss how to achieve it. And sometimes it will cause you to agree to cut down on your costs.
Yes.
Because now we're prioritizing and we're saying, if we were to achieve this in 2 years, these are some of the measures that we must take.
Save this much.
So if we're cutting down on budgets, our shopping budgets,
feeding budgets,
everything, we'll even agree that whatever that we save, we're going to put here. Now, this is what leadership does, Hilda. When we align and agree on a road to take, we keep coming back to that road. And we check our boxes. 3 months down the road, we're like, what have we been able to achieve as a couple as far as this is concerned? There's a time I used an example and said, in any workplace, what a good administrator does is an administrator captures the vision of the vision leader and causes the whole team, the team that works with this manager or GM or administrator or whatever that you want to call it, to achieve that particular vision. And every time they sit in one room, they constantly share and review their progress. Now you realize they're doing that in their workplace because they would want the business operational.
Yes.
So that means we are in each other's space to achieve a certain goal.
Yes.
To achieve a certain objective. To achieve something nice. It's a project. But because we are always together, this is what happens. When people constantly engage, when people constantly are in each other's face. For example, they have asked us so many times that, guys, don't you get tired of each other? We can't get tired of each other because we have a lot and we feel like we don't have a lot of time on earth. Yep. So every day really counts, that there is something for us to achieve that we cannot push to tomorrow. So every opportunity that we have, either we are having a meal or we are at home, we locked ourselves in a bedroom, we are working towards something. And guess what happens? Bonds the hearts.
Yeah.
Bonds our emotions.
Yes.
I don't know whether that exists. Can emotions bond?
Yeah, it does, by the way. You follow one rhythm.
You're like not just into each other's face, but by being so close and together, you understand, there is a lot that is fulfilled that you actually don't know.
Yeah.
And guess what? There's a lot that you undermine in the name of unmet expectations because of the alignment and working together and the closeness.
True. That's very true.
If I missed buying you a flower on Valentine's, that shouldn't be
it will not
an
be
issue that we'll have to discuss.
You have bigger fish to fry.
Actually, you'll be like, please
don't.
Whatever that you're going to do, remember, Chidi, if you're to do this, like usually say sometimes you're like, Tim, if you want to do this, even this has to be done.
So
agreed. And I'm like, okay. webale katusigale ku mulamwa. So alignment. Now in the workplaces, actually I asked someone said that the reason as to why people in workplaces end up having even intimate relationships or end up cheating on each other, as in becomes a place where people cheat, it's because there's a lot of bonding going on between these workmates in the so-called name of achieving a certain project or work done, that she feels she's so secure. Do you know the security that comes with being under a clear vision?
I know.
Working towards something that is so clear.
The clarity.
Trust me, that's the reason as to why some of your wives, some of your husbands spend more time at work
and they enjoy it.
Because when they are home, the only thing that they are reminded is Pampers,
milk,
soap, milk,
tissue,
beans, sugar, and
there is no alignment of vision.
And every time a call comes, it's addressing a petty issue. It does not address anything core.
So there's no security.
There is no security. So I am more secure. I am more secure with clarity of vision that this is where we are going.
Yes.
And
we are
in
working
most workplaces, that is something that most leaders do so well. And church leaders, most especially pastors. That's why you will find your woman more committed to Papa, more committed to the man of God than even to you.
Yeah. Sharing of the vision alignment, you know, and they check the vision like that.
So vision alignment as a leader is crucial. Crucial. And who starts it? It's you, a man. Because you've shared your vision that seems vague. Thank God that your woman has captured it, refined it, brought it back to you. Proceed.
Don't go very fast. There is something you've mentioned where you see a woman more committed to Papa and to a church. And because their contribution as a helper in that church or in that ministry, even if it is sweeping, it is valued. Because if she does not do it, no one is going to do it.
And there is a way.
And while at home.
And there is a way the vision bearer recognizes that and appreciates it.
Exactly. Like if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be sitting in this church.
No, I think I should go Yogidako. I am a pastor. I'll have time with my ashes.
Yeah.
I'll have time with them and discuss.
Talk to them about their smiles. You know, how you warmly welcome people.
Yes, appreciate them. Give them feedback.
You had a keen eye here.
Inspire
Thank you for
them.
controlling this.
Tell them, without them, this wouldn't be achieved. They're doing their best.
But they don't have that at home.
They don't.
They don't have leaders that can appreciate. They don't feel part of the team. They feel the team is in fragments and they're looking for a sense of belonging. And when someone is looking for a sense of belonging, that means there is no emotional security. The safety is not there.
It's not there. So it does not end with just sharing the vision.
Yeah.
It is a lot of follow-up.
Yeah.
It's a lot of intentionality.
It's
a lot of discussions. It's a lot of things that fall in place. And that is not manipulation.
Yeah.
It is doing the right thing to achieve the bigger goal.
Yeah. The incentives.
Because you realize the one who shares the vision may not be necessarily the one who is going to execute. But by constantly sharing it, he's building a team around them, around him or her,
to execute better,
that will execute
to
better.
Be enthusiastic.
So that's what life is.
Wow.
At home, my children, my wife,
everyone in the home will fall in place.
That's my team. That's my family.
To build that vision.
That's my family.
Yeah.
And it's my duty to lead.
And we will do it so proud.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so you can't get bored. And I've had some men say, I'm really bored in my marriage. The reason as to why you're bored in your marriage, you ceased to exist as a leader in that home. Or you were cut off as a leader in that home. That your only responsibility is bills. That's why you're bored.
So you're just existing.
So you're just bored because the only thing that has remained in as far as your relationship or your marriage with your wife is just the bills and responsibilities.
I think we'll have to get some
So those bills and responsibilities tear you down with time. Routine kills.
Yeah,
routine here without any spark of glow.
There's
there's something that you said that when you fight, at least nemuyombamu nemutabuka. When you work on something, you end up closer. Do you know why that happens? It's because you had been drifting and drifting and drifting and drifting. Now, when this confusion came about a neighbor's girl who's been coming to the home to see your man so many times, and there's something to fight about, then you learn leadership as a man to try to bring back your wife. And give her reassurance. I cannot do that to you. And you realize that I cannot do that to you.
That is leadership. That is professing.
I respect you. I cannot cheat on you with vampires. Maybe that while you're doing that, you're leading.
Yeah.
And that's the reason as to why that night you have fun sex. A lot of fun in the bedroom, a lot of genuine smiles and everything after the fight. Because all of a sudden
there was leadership.
You became a leader. Because you didn't want to lose her.
So then
after that you go back to routine.
Out of panic.
Yes. After that you
intermittent leadership.
And it's
we
annoying.
Talk about
it's annoying.
And
after that you go back to
being
I was solving the other problem, now I solved it back to
being aloof.
Yeah.
And then the home will drift again. And that is not the way
it shouldn't be like that. Actually, it's supposed to be intentional. But I love it. Intentional. It is with a prepared mind, with a strategy. The whole of you involved, focused, serious, with something to achieve. It's being intentional. I'm in one place in this time to have a conversation with Hilda.
I am present.
And I can silence my phone. I can ask them to call later. I am here.
I'm devoted.
Intentional and present to do something. So, how you kill boredom is intentionality. Constantly sharing your vision, engaging your people, engaging your home, because that's what happens at work. Now, at our workplaces, you're going to tell you, but at work, after some time they give us leave. There is no leave at home.
Take the leave, the two of you. I hear there is no leave.
The only leave that happens in a marriage, the real leave, is when you and your wife go on a holiday. And you know why we encourage that? We encourage that because the day you sign up to be a parent, even when they grow and get married, you will still be their parent. You will still pray for them. You will still care for them. You will still be thinking about them. You will still be worried. Up to now.
They will still need you.
Up to now. But my mother sometimes calls and says, "Now Kampala. And she will call and say, I have been praying for you. I saw a certain dream that scared me. Are you okay? Is your wife okay?" You realize that when you sign up for being a parent, it's a job for forever. So what you do, you help yourself not lose your wife. Because kids will go.
This partnership,
they will grow and they will go. But what keeps you together is you being intentional to at least take some time off. So the only leave that happens in a marriage is when you and your wife go on a holiday and you're like, we'll switch off the phones, the kids will not die. If they get flu and cough, their judge will take care of them. I just need to be with my wife. So that's the leave. So anyway.
We don't want to miss the emotional security, the vision alignment that comes with a man leading. And here, remember, we're talking to the ladies and we're telling them there are benefits to letting your man lead. Yeah, and so you should be able to tap into those benefits. Do not miss out. The other thing that you didn't hint on it, but I think it's the favor that sits on a marriage where a man is leading. I think it is very evident. Whenever you see a relationship where a man is leading, you can tell even before you know so much about them. You can, by just looking at them. Just observe a couple for less than 30 minutes and you will know who is in the steering wheel and you will see what the frustration looks like. But a marriage, and it doesn't matter whether they are poor, whether they are which class, it doesn't matter which financial status
I told you
they are in, there is always a favor on them when a man is leading.
I told you about one of the I like having discussions with some of these border guys. I told you about a border guy a leader. Married and a leader, visionary, leading his home well. Hilda was touched. This guy helped the wife start a business by the roadside where they fry chips and some chicken, and they sell a pack of chips and chicken. And this is what happens. In the morning, the guy puts the wife on a bajaj and puts their kid, drives the wife to the workplace, dropping out, takes the kid to school, then he goes to work. And then at lunch, he goes to the stall, the stall where the wife works, and comes
Finds
and
lunch
help.
ready.
Not just find lunch ready, but helps the wife. Like during the lunch break, I want to help you.
Let's peel together the chips that you're going to do in the evening.
And after that, he gets something to eat, and then is like, now, let me go and work. I'll pick up the kid. After like around 5, 6, goes to pick the kid, takes the kid home, bathes the kid, clears namutereza buli kimu kyonna namala, then navuga boda najja nakikebera ku mukyala we, namugaka, let me go and work for 2 hours because usually your business picks up around 6 to around 9, then I'll come and pick you and take you home. Oh, Hilda, that was the sweetest.
I know.
It was so sweet. And the guy is like, I have no eyes for anything but from my wife.
Wow. And building what we have. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. Sometimes you would even want to give them more capital so that they can flourish.
I usually do.
I know, because already favor rests on them.
Yeah.
And anyone else, let me tell you, even if it is, I will tell you for a fact, if you
talk about fulfillment, vision, if you talk about vision, he already has a vision. He had a vision. Wife was home. He was the only one working. And was like, we can start a small business. How much do we need? We need 500,000. And let me tell you, Hilda, it's so fulfilling.
I know, so fulfilling.
You think about it and you just like...
And it will be admired by anyone. Let me tell you, another woman will be passing, driving a car of 500 millions, and will admire that couple.
Yep.
And will be like, but abasajja bwe batyo.
The
men. That is why they say, abasajja bwe batyo. Whenever they see, when people see on social media, men who care about their wives, that is how they will ask you, do you have a brother? You know, as in, but are men? Do we still have men who are like that? When they see even a woman that is submissive and respectful and loves the husband, they're like, just like people have asked you, are there women that are still like Bahati? And there are people that have asked me, are there men that are like Tim? You get it? Why? Because they see the synchronization. They see as in the vision it's more like marinated. You are holding hands and walking towards the same future, and you are not ready to let anything stand in between.
Absolutely.
You protect it with everything that you have.
And that's how it should be.
And that's how it should be.
That's how it
so
should be.
Anyone will admire that because there is favor on that. So if you as a woman, you are not letting the man lead, you're missing out on the favor.
And that's why you're struggling.
You struggle, you get frustrated, you grow old quickly, you get fine lines and wrinkles quickly because every time our space is being elegant, our space is being feminine, our space is being submissive.
Absolutely.
The moment we tutandika okukakalukana, nga every time we are just thinking about the hard stuff, then we are depleting who we are.
Absolutely. Wow.
And that can never have a blessing. It can never have a blessing. It just doesn't matter how much you earn, which job you have, what kind of calling you have on your life. If God did not make a mistake to make you a man, and he knew what he was doing to make you a woman, and he says that women obey and be submissive to your husbands, and he says a man, he didn't say, he wasn't a fool to not say that a man be submissive. He says, man, love.
Yeah.
Love. When you love someone, You think ahead.
Yeah.
You plan ahead.
You protect,
you
care,
you profess, you
provide.
Care. As in when you love someone. But again, it is very hard to love a disobedient woman.
Almost impossible.
It's very hard to plan ahead for someone who will not follow.
Yeah, almost impossible. Almost impossible.
For someone who is willing
and
to
Hilda,
cast
that's
gold.
where the pain is. That's where the real pain is with men. Trust me. Out of 10 men that you meet and have a discussion with, 8 will tell you reason as to why I have not made any progress in my life is because of my woman. And I don't know why good men, and by good I mean
the nice
visionary, a man that you really see is well cultured, brought up, he is together, God-fearing, God-loving. And he'll tell you, Tim, up to now, I can never make a mistake of doing a DNA on my children because I don't know if they're mine. Do you know how deeply seated that is? Do you know how painful it is? You not even trust that the children in your compound, the children you're taking care of, the children that you're paying school fees for, not sure if they're yours.
Wow.
And in most cases, he will tell you that's the farthest I can go to tell in this kind of discussion. The rest I can't tell you, because if I told you, you probably may never want even to look at my wife ever again. You get a point? So, in the name of I'm chasing, I'm building myself as a woman, I'm making ends meet, you know, I want my career to shoot and my businesses to blossom. I need to get this kind of growth and success. Don't forget your place in a home as a wife.
And you can have all those things.
And the only way you'll even shoot further and grow further is if you maintain your position as a wife.
Yeah.
Maintaining your position as a wife does not rob you of anything. Femininity is strength.
It's actually strength.
It is, I don't even know the right word to use, but you
it's
being feminine,
without force.
Feminine,
it's
yes.
A soft strength.
Oh my God. You know, I don't know why you have to keep the masculinity kind of spirit. You know, I don't know where women are getting that from.
Pull people down.
No one. Look at our friends in the West.
Oh, it's gone
okay,
down, eh?
Look at our friends in the West. Up now, most men fear to approach a woman. And now it's normal that it's a woman who approaches a man. And it's become normal.
Yeah.
Number 2, it's normal that a man moves in. Normalized. It's normal with our friends in the West. It's very normal, very, very normal
for them.
That when we disagree, it's the man who packs his bags and goes. It's normal. Everything that you would feel like no is normal. It's very normal that a woman provides for everything in her home. You remember the discussion we were having with my niece and my son-in-law?
Yes.
You know, that everyone was wondering, you still provide, and this is a discussion at a workplace between my son-in-law, who is properly cultured, well-mannered, a Christian young man, loves his God, loves his family, having a discussion with a certain lady who is the man and the woman in a home, and she's like, "You sure you provide for your home? As in, you can buy your wife a car, and you buy the groceries, and you pay the mortgage. When
she's pregnant,
and you let her stay home when she's pregnant. Wow."
No one does that for me.
Wow. It's impossible. It's impossible. I separated with my man because he couldn't do
anything like that.
And they've been like that, lived that kind of life for the longest time. And now it's become normal that a man is a sperm donor. And some of these things we just watch in the movies, but it's an agenda. Someone is selling it to you, and it's not giving you room to breathe, but to catch it and work with it. And some women are flying with it, and I'm like, wait,
slow down.
What are you doing to yourself? You don't want to be alone in a house when you're 45.
Yeah.
You don't want to be alone in a house when you are 48. If there's anything that kills, is you walking back home, sitting on the dinner table all by yourself as a woman and eating alone.
I hope that they usually say that one word to the wise is always enough. If a man can't lead, then
there's no woman who will follow.
No one will follow. But if a man decides to lead, and just like we said, it doesn't mean that he should have everything figured out. I should have all the money. He should have
There's a lot that goes with leadership.
There's a lot that goes with leadership. And I will tell you that, do you know that you can tell that a boy is going to be a leader when you see them as a boy? That they are guiding.
That they have the spirit of leadership.
That they have spirit of leadership. But that means all they need is the help. All they need is the support. Pray them into that. And let me tell you, when everything is done the right way, doors are going to open, and you are never going to believe where the favor is going to come from and how the grace is going to carry you through. But that is the designing of God. That is the original design of God, and I hope that we don't deviate from it, because there are consequences if you deviate from it, and we have seen the consequences happen, and it is not sweet, it is not admirable
at all.
So we'll keep talking about this. Remember, we have just opened up this series, so we'll keep following and see how far we can be able to go. But if you have a question, you have our numbers. If you need a session, you have our numbers, and we will be involving you and letting you know what's happening in the world of marriage, in the world of relationships. We want to build a community together. We believe that we can turn around, we can create a movement that believes doing relationships and doing marriage in God's way, not the world's way and not the culture way, because the culture will kill and the world will kill. He says we do not conform to the standards of the world, because he knows the standards of the world kill, but we should be transformed and renew our minds according to his word. So God's way will always be the best way for us. Bye-bye.